Hello Fantasy Faithfuls and welcome to Kyler Murray's 2020 Fantasy Snapshot.
Getting Detroit on their heels a little bit.
First down on the 27. Murray going up on top to Johnson, touchdown!
In 2020, the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray will be facing a group of teams that last year gave up 317 fantasy points to quarterbacks, fourth least in the NFL, with 11 yards per completion and 24 passing touchdowns on average. Breaking down his passing, we see that he has a fair amount of his throws go to the short left, but it still has a dominant right side. This is both short and deep, and while I like the deep ball, the short one is way too over-targeted. Especially since he is more accurate to the left than right, being under 70% to the zone you throw to the most is not ideal by any means, and his accuracy as a whole is very much underwhelming. Same goes for yards per completion. He is below league average in all zones but the deep right, and even though I like the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, I may have my doubts of Murray as a fantasy stud next year. The opponent that fits his strengths the best is the Detroit Lions. They gave up 29.8 yards per completion, and opposing quarterbacks had a completion rate of 60% in the deep right zone, so be sure to start him in DFS for that game. I would like to take a second to remind you to hit that like button, leave a comment what you think about this video, and subscribe to the channel. I love every interaction I have with y'all, and every little bit helps me put out even more content. Kyler Murray's one-game floor is 11 points and ceiling 23.9 based on all the games he's played in the league. This ranks as the 5th highest floor and 17th highest ceiling for quarterbacks, but he has a very small sample size, so take this with a pinch of salt, especially as he has a very high boom chance and a very high bust risk, indicating that the ceiling might be a bit low and floor a little bit high going into next year. His touchdown rate last year was 3.7%, a pretty terrible number and way off the league average. We should 100% expect positive regression up to at least 4.3. Based on my market share study, I have him projected for 525 pass attempts and for 55 quarterback runs next year. His interception rate has been 2.2%, a very average number and actually way lower than what you'd expect from a guy in his position. His sack rate was however 9%, so holding the ball a bit too long at times, causing his teams to lose yards instead of throwing it away. Kyler Murray had very high highs and very low lows. There wasn't that much stability with him, but he actually had his best period in the middle of the season and only had 5 usable games throughout the year. The situation breakdown shows that these games most likely came at home, as he scored 9% above his average at home. No difference against good or bad quarterback defenses, but he did struggle against teams with winning records. Not the best stat when you're playing in the NFC West. Kyler Murray had 74 red zone pass attempts and 17 rushes in 2019, and with those attempts, he scored only 15 touchdowns. This is straight up terrible. He had way more red zone attempts than any other guy I've analyzed, but this can't go on, especially with Nuke joining. Expect this to at least improve to 18 pass and 13 rush next year. The average risk of him not scoring above 15 fantasy points last year was 31%, which is pretty average. There's nothing that sticks out as good or bad here. Based on his current ADP of 51st overall and all the numbers I laid out in this video, I give him a draft grade of C-. In conclusion, the price you pay for a second-year quarterback with questionable passing trends and very up and down scoring is not something I like. 81st, yes. 51st pick, I'll pass.
5 penalties second half with Seattle. They had none in the first. And here's a quarterback draw, and Kyler Murray will score. Cardinals get their first touchdown.
Hello Fantasy Faithful, I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to check out more of them right here and here. In case you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat.